Northwestern State head coach Blaine McCorkle. The Demons getting ready to play their home finale Saturday against McNeese. And Coach, pregame you'll honor 8 seniors, which I know is a small class, and for you it's a little bit different coming in. You didn't have a whole lot of time with them, but as always, when Senior Day rolls around, I know there's impacts that have been left by everybody.
Yeah, there is, absolutely, and we're looking forward to honoring those 8 seniors here this Saturday, and maybe I didn't have the full course of their career with them, but rarely do you do. You know, I think there's only been a couple times in my career where I've taken somebody from high school all the way through graduation, because that's just the way the coaching world works. But got a lot of respect and appreciation for these 8 seniors and their toughness and willingness to stay here through some brutally tough times. You know, when it was really easy for the multitude to leave, and the multitude did, these guys chose to stay, and they saw something maybe they believed in and want to be a part of. And you know, regardless of this year, I think for the future, we'll forever be grateful for those guys' contribution to help get this thing back on track.
When you look at it, each of those 8 guys have their own stories, each have their own path they've taken, and one of the more unique ones is to get to Senior Day was Chance Newman. It's a guy who, part of the reason I know he came back, he said he wanted to have a true Senior Day, a way to cap things. And I know when you got here and looked at him and found the type of player he is, he kind of fit in terms of production, in terms of what you wanted, in terms of guys who want to be here and want to be on the field.
Yeah, he did. He's got a neat story, you know, and he's one of those guys like you see so many times in modern college football that's been at 3 schools, but he will tell you Northwestern State is where he played college football. You know, he's really fallen in love with this place and calling it home, and he's here and he's stayed for the right reasons. And, you know, we kind of joked before about he doesn't really even have a position. He's just a football player, and he is. And his path has not been easy. It hadn't been light, but he's persevered, and I think he's kind of coming out on the end of this thing in a good way. And I'm excited for him to play these last 2 games, and hopefully they go well for him. And he will forever for sure be a part of this place and what we're trying to build, because he, as much as anybody, has tried to buy in and believe and recognize some things that he can do to help leave this place better than he found it.
Talked about Chance, and you know he's been around, and Quaterius Hawkins, another guy, probably looks around, and the last few weeks he's been kind of the old guy out there in the huddle, but you know, much like the other 6 seniors, and Chance found a way to lead and make an impact on this team.
Yeah, Q's a guy that I'm real proud of, and he is the epitome of a team player. You know, he's unselfish, he's been loyal to this place, and he's a guy that has been in different systems. He's been with different coaches. He went through a head coaching change. He's been a starter, he's been a backup, he's been a starter again, and it's been a definite roller coaster career for him, but not once has he hung his head, complained, got grumpy. I'm sure he's had his bad days and been frustrated. But every day he comes into the facility with a smile on his face and his head up, and he's sitting in front of the meeting taking notes, and he comes to work every day. And when his time has been called, when time for him to go, he's answered the bell and showed up and given us his best effort. So real proud of what he's done, and I think he can leave here with his head held high, saying that he got the most out of his experience.
You'll have a chance to leave Turpin Stadium with your head held high one more time when McNeese comes in, and it's a bit of a unique situation. For 70 years these 2 teams played, and then because of scheduling and other factors, it's not been played since November of 2021. So in a sense, you've turned this year a restart. It's a restart of a rivalry, which may be fitting that it's your first McNeese NSU game.
That's right. Yeah, I'm excited for it. You know, it's a traditional rivalry in the Southland, and it is kind of a shame that things worked out the last couple of years not to have the opportunity to play. But, you know, with conference realignment and then COVID hit and then conference realignment again, things get out of whack with scheduling sometimes. But I think our conference has got it in a good place now where we're going to play every year again, and that shouldn't be an issue. And hopefully we can, get up to par where this thing is a legitimate rivalry again, because over the years, McNeese and Northwestern State's been a pretty special game for a lot of people, and we'll be excited to play them again right here this Saturday.
You'll do it at home with one last chance. I mean, it's getting to the point of the season where things are winding down. You want to kind of go off with maybe a jumping off point toward next year, and what better way to do it than finish it at home?
That's right. Yeah. To finish this season with a win or 2, we got 2 games left, would be outstanding as we head into the off season, head into spring practice, and we're not looking past anything. As we build this program, we're going to do everything we can to win these last 2 games. But a little momentum heading into the offseason and spring would sure be good, because I know a lot of people here are excited to get to those things, because we do see what the future holds, and we're excited to let some of these young guys grow up get bigger, get stronger, stuff like that. And if they can do that with a little bit of confidence coming away with a win, that would sure help as we move forward.
In a sense, you'll get maybe a chance when you look at a team right now that was kind of in the same position you were in record-wise a year ago, and change in attitude. Gary Goff comes in. It's a 5-5 season right now for McNeese, and they are a balanced team, both on offense and just across the board.
Yeah, they are. They're very talented. You know, you turn it on, that's the first thing you notice on the film is there's some good-looking bodies running around. Last year, you mentioned they were in our spot. You know, they didn't win a game on the field last year, and you know, they went in and really rebuilt their roster. And I give them a lot of credit for, you know, the effort it takes to do that, and it's paid off for them. And we'll definitely have our hands full. You know, I think you look at the roster, there's about 14 or 15 different states represented, which is really interesting being in Lake Charles. But it's working for them, and they rolled the dice, and it paid off. And that, you know, with that, we'll have our hands full, and people that come to the game Saturday will see a talented football team across the sideline of McNeese.
Coach, as always, we thank you for your time.
Thank you.